All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. It's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB. Before we get to our new favorite segment, I'll tell you about Boudreaux's Electrical. Boudreaux'sElectrical.com is the website. Storm season is a-coming. That Gulf of America is heating up, and you need to be prepared. How do you prepare? Well, you get a whole home generator from Boudreaux's Electrical. They come in, they install it, they give you more power, more protection. Boudreaux'Electrical.com.
Protect your house, protect your things, protect the food in your freezer. If you got a big old deer you shot last year and you got a bunch of venison in the freezer, the worst thing that can happen is that power goes out for 2-3 days and you lose all of that. So protect yourself. Boudreaux'Electrical.com. Get them to come out and give you a free Generac quote today. Boudreaux'Electrical.com.
All right, let's get to it. We started last week, been looking forward to it ever since. Let's get to our new favorite segment.
Okay, real quick. I forgot to pull the right one, so this is just y'all singing. Like, there's no music. This is literally just y'all going,
gosh.
Delondra. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Delondra.
I love it.
So good.
I love it.
Pretty good.
Okay,
I
so
don't even need
first
music.
question. You know what? Let me play the song first, and then I'll read the question. So
Okay.
this is your first song. Is Loser.
Oh,
By
I'm
Beck.
nervous. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Dear Delondra, what is the proper etiquette to shoo a Texas A&M fan off my porch?
Oh.
I would say that all you got to do is like wait till the end of football season and they'll just disappear. They'll just won't even.
The patience.
Yeah, just be patient. And they'll eventually get out of there.
Shoe themselves.
Yeah, because they always crack
Go
toward the end
shoe
of football
yourself.
season.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 4 times for sure that they're upset on Saturdays.
Yeah.
We can guarantee that for Texas 8-4.
Yeah. Or you can tell them that there's a special at Splash going on right now. Drink specials at Splash.
I knew when Beck Loser was coming up, it was going to be something. I knew that.
Serious question. Has anybody ever actually met someone who outwardly pulls for Texas A&M? I am 28 years old, and I never have.
So my uncle went
Billy
to
Lucci.
Texas A&M.
Did he?
Yeah.
Billy Lucci's the only one that.
But like when you're driving around here, right? Like you'll see Alabama stickers,
Oh, true. I
UT.
see what
Have
you're
you
saying.
ever seen a car with a Texas A&M sticker on it?
Thousands in Texas.
Have you? No, I mean like here. Like
No.
no. I was in College Station at a Chick-fil-A. Not one person in there had a Texas A&M
Because
shirt.
no one really goes out of state to go to Texas A&M. Like, at least,
Yeah,
like SEC, people go out of state to go to some place
Yeah.
that seems pretty fun.
I was in Texas and didn't go to Texas A&M.
Right.
So there you go. That's how you shoo a Texas A&M fan.
Patience, time, and patience. Let them beat
Drink
themselves.
specials at Splash. Yeah. Okay, so next song. We're going to do... Hold on, let's see. Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato.
Okay.
The question is...
Hey, it's kind of a banger, though.
It
I ain't
really
gonna lie.
is. It was like the song of the summer
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in whenever it was released. Dear Delondra, how does Flynn make up to Jake for not knowing who some random jabroni is? And that's what I think you do. I think you say sorry, not sorry, because guess what? I didn't know who John Riggins was.
Thank you.
And I'm not sorry
Nobody
about it.
does.
Because how am I supposed to know about a fullback that played in the 70s? When you say John Riggins, I thought Tim had a brother. And we were talking Friday Night Lights. So I think you just say sorry,
Jabroni.
not sorry.
Pro Football Hall of Famer as a white running back does not get called a jabroni.
Jake, do we know who asked that question in the chat?
Listen,
It was Daniel Basham.
Super Bowl
Daniel, you're getting a
champion,
30-minute timeout, buddy.
Dang.
Super Bowl MVP, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, first team All-Pro, 2-time NFL rushing touchdowns leader, was on the 1980s All-Decade team. He's in the Redskins Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame. and he had over 11,000 rushing yards in his NFL career.
Played till, I mean, he was good till like, what, I mean, did he have 1,000 yards at like 33 or something like that?
It's just,
I mean, he was incredible.
Sorry,
Not sorry.
not sorry.
wow.
Good for him.
Well,
I'm
hey,
happy for him, but
hey,
I'm not sorry about
Hey,
it. And neither should you, Flynn.
hey, Johnny boy, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. What have you done lately?
Never heard of you.
I accidentally suspended Daniel Basham once. This one's not going to be an accident.
Dang it, he's like the number
Daniel.
one in the chat right now, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
Daniel
you-
said, "Do me."
you
He
hate
said,
on-
"Do it, do it,
You
man,
hate
do
on
it."
John Riggins. Man, golly.
Thought we were talking Friday Night Lights. Shout out Tim Riggins.
Shout out John Regan. See what a great career he had.
Yeah, what a great career. I'm glad I learned about him
Super
just now.
MVP,
But I'm not sorry
2-time touchdown leader.
that I didn't know who that
All-
was.
80s
And you
decade
shouldn't either.
team.
Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's pretty hard to get into.
Heard that.
difficult.
And also, you shouldn't. So, this is a lesson for everybody. This is real Dear Delondra advice right now. If you don't know something, don't act like you do. Because you are way stupider if you think, like, if you sound stupider if you think you do. And, like, you try to. So, if,
Oh, yeah, John
if
Riggins,
Flynn was,
yeah,
like, over here, like, yeah, John Riggins, hell yeah. And you were like, what team did he play for? And he was just like, ooh.
He played
It
for
was
a-
like me in early June on the show.
Yeah, you would come off worse if you
July.
acted. You would come off worse if you acted like you knew who John Riggins was, other than just admitting,
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
fair.
I'll be the first to admit I don't know something.
What other
So
team?
I'm not sorry
What
about
other
it.
team did John Riggins play for besides the Redskins?
The
I'll
Raiders.
give you a hit. I'll
Raiders.
give you a hit. No. When you get them in a card break, you're like, God. That could be 4 or 5
The
teams.
Jets.
Jets.
I looked it up.
Oh,
well, I
It was
mean,
the-
also
easily the Jets.
Also,
or the
like
Seahawks.
Jake's hint, like
Jets,
the Jets have
Seahawks,
always
Titans,
sucked.
Browns, Bengals. It's not good in card hits.
Yeah.
You would think the Bengals, because they got a lot of good players, but they don't have good rookies.
Panthers too. Panthers aren't fun.
Panthers at least have like some
They
hits.
got some.
Jonathan Brooks, Xavier Leggett. They're not great hits, but they're hits. Sorry. Do we have any more Dear Delondra?
Yeah, I have one more. It's not really like advice, like it's just a just question, and I feel like I need to get this out there because maybe I don't know. The song for this question, "Bathwater" by No Doubt. Great song.
Great song.
Okay.
Hadn't heard
All
this
right.
song in a long time.
Can't wait to see where this
Listen
is going.
to it all the time. No Doubt is like my top played artist on Apple Music. Dear Alondra, thoughts on bathing compared to showering?
Uh-oh. I'm going to be in trouble here. Go ahead.
I think you're kind of gross if you bathe and then like you just sit in your dirty water and you don't do anything after that. Like take a shower after at least. Like I'm all for take a shower and then take a bath because I'm all for relaxing in the bath. I really am, but I feel nasty and I feel like I didn't really get clean if I just sit there and chill. So this is a PSA. This is how I feel about T-Bob not washing his legs or feet either though. Cause like you didn't really
Ever.
get like,
Yeah.
I feel like you're just sitting in your bath water.
Yeah, look, I've got our listeners know this. I've said it before. I am a bath taker. The old bones, they feel good in there. Get the jets going. It's usually, something that now if I'm like went and worked out or I'm like sweating my what off.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a shower
Right.
situation. But these old bones like a bath, man. I'll throw some Epsom salt in
I
that
love
son
a
of a
bath.
gun.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with a bath.
Nothing
right?
wrong with
And
the
but
bath.
if I'm in there and I'm washing my feet
Yeah.
with soap,
Yes.
legs with soap, everything's getting soap. We're not just letting the soap trickle down, and that's sufficient.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got some
the-
people in here that do that, and it's a little
The
troublesome.
play's either shower to actually get clean, bath, relax,
Right.
or shower after the bath and get everything off of it.
Yeah.
You got to. You
That's what I
can't
said.
just bath.
No, I don't think so.
Here's a little admission. I agree with y'all, by the way. Yes.
Yeah. Shower then bath.
I do like a bath. It's
I love
very
a bath.
relaxing. It's like saying you don't like a hot tub. Like everybody likes a hot tub. It took me a long time in life to realize that, like, even really think about it, that, you have to clean a shower? Because I just thought, there's soap in there. You use soap all the time. It's just like auto
you didn't know
clean.
about,
Just auto
soap
cleans
scum?
itself. No.
Oh, dude, Victoria cleaned our shower. She did like a deep clean on Sunday, okay? She comes up to me, hey, the shower's clean. There was like this little thing in the corner. I was like, what? She's like, it was all gross. It was like orange on the floor. You didn't notice? I was like, no.
Nope.
Stand in
Sorry.
that particular corner of the shower? No. I'm doing that. That's where my shampoo bottles sit. I'm not worried about that.
That's where my Axe body wash sits.
Ooh, no, can't do Axe body wash.
Not the Axe body wash.
That's for my body wash. Oh.
Yeah. There's Dear Delondra.
All right, Dear Delondra.
Hell
another
yeah.
great segment. Well done.
I need y'all
I
to
do
put-
like the music.
Wait, but
though. The music is good. The intro music is good.
I need people to give me like some juicy questions. Like I want your life secrets, and you can do it anonymously. But like if you have like for real some life stuff that you're going through, like I want some juicy stuff.
Yeah, if you're
Like
going
let's
through it.
say
Come on, chat, be
you're like your husband's cheating on you, or you're cheating on your wife, or something.
okay.
I want something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright,
Now,
alright.
how do they anonymous? Like, you don't want, like,
I don't know. I
it's gotta
guess
be anonymous,
make
right?
an anonymous YouTube account.
I can
or
pull up
something.
the
Or Twitter or
the Tiger droppings post.
Let's do
that T-Bob made us
hashtag.
read.
Let's do
Oh, yeah.
hashtag anonymous.
Yeah, hashtag anonymous.
It's kind of like off the record. We say, hey, off the record
It's off
now.
the record.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
some
Well,
of these
so-
people in here are already anonymous. Like Slowpoke Rodriguez
Yeah, I
could pretty
could not
much
tell you
ask
who
whatever
that
they
is.
want.
Yeah.
So you know how we have on 100.7 the Tiger Brittany show off the record?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, why is it called off the record? Because everything is very much on the
On
record
the
when we're
record.
talking
True.
on your show.
Very true, yeah.
Like,
Shh, Alondra,
That's true.
people don't know that.
That's true.
I'm like, that is so
I
like.
always loved when, like, a reporter would be like, hey, now, off the record. Like, man.
I know you're gonna tell somebody.
Wait, they didn't mean it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Some
somebody.
that's some Trent Krim action right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Now, where are you? Are you in the, like, the final season?
What season does Rebecca's dad die? End of 2 or beginning of 3?
That's asking too much. I think
Because that's the episode I watched last night. was
Trent
the funeral.
becomes an ally, very much so.
Oh,
Are you there?
he was kind of an ally after
yeah,
they
but
first
like
met.
very much so. Like
Yeah.
he's okay.
I like Trent.
Okay.
But he just always says, "Hey, off the record."
Did y'all have a Trent Krim in San Diego or Denver?
San Diego. Yeah.
We had one in Green Bay.
We didn't-
I cannot
Denver-
remember his name.
Denver, we didn't. I can't like one person doesn't stick out in Denver, but Kevin Acey was the guy in San Diego. Good guy, but he was. I mean, that was him. Like he was the one guy. He was going to ask the tough questions. He was going to ask most of the questions. I think he actually, when the Chargers moved to LA, instead of moving, he just went to the Padres. So now he's a beat writer for the Padres. But shout out Kevin Acey.
Yeah, we had a guy in Green Bay that was just a prick.
Oh wow.
I have 2 episodes left in season 2.
Okay. So
I can't remember his name though.
I feel like it was just like
And
some
I say he's a
bitter,
prick. He's probably a really nice guy.
probably just some bitter Midwestern man's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
Probably like basic outfit, got everything head to toe from Old Navy, just bad $3 haircut. Went to, I don't want to call anybody out. What's a bad barber? He didn't go to Saturdays in Shreveport, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's like you kind of got to be careful.
It's like
what you
if I
call
say
out.
something, like they might sponsor the show one day. So
They're all great.
True.
They're all great.
great clips.
Great
Great
clips.
clips. There was a
The mall. We could do mall haircut.
Yeah, I think that's
don't
what Great
think
Clips is,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I
There was a
don't know.
place in Tyler growing up that cut hair. It was called Tina's Hair Affair.
No.
I love that name.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
can
Tina's
see
hair
what
affair.
Tina looks like right
I know
now.
exactly what
I
Tina
know
looks like.
exactly what
Tina's hair
haircut
affair.
stops at the
Let's
shoulders.
go.
It's not quite a perm, but it's got some
1000% has a
curl
bob.
to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shout out Tina.
Yeah, shout out Tina.
She's got a
Hope she's still
belt
thriving.
with a Walkman on it.
Or a phone like you used to wear. All right, we'll be back. More
Show the
OTV.
people. Let them know.
Off the bench.
You know what's better than one Dos Equis?
Dose.
2 Dos Equis. That's right. You should always go for Dos. It's never a bad time, and right now is like the perfect time to go for Dos. If you're enjoying that summer vacation, school's about to start up, and so you're getting that last-minute trip in at the beach, at the lake, whatever, down by the river, not in a van, but just enjoying the river and some cold Dos Equis. It is a perfect time. It is the perfect beer to pair with any situation. Go for Dos. Drink Dos Equis responsibly.
You're sitting on top of the bay.
Top of the bay.
Sitting right on top
Anytime, really.
of it.
Go for
Best.
Ghost. There's a little bit left in summer. So if you're planning any last minute trips, maybe you're just going on a little fishing trip with your kids or your dad or whoever it is, get a cooler of Dos Equis. There's nothing like sitting by the lake like Jake said, with Van down by the river, whatever it is. Have a nice chest of Dos Equis, that cold Mexican lager, fresh squeezed lime, whatever it is. Go for Dos. Drink Dos Equis responsibly.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Hey, Lenny, chill out, bruh. Say something for the rest of us. Put a shirt on. How old's Lenny Kravitz?
I don't know, but does anybody ooze sex appeal like he does?
He's just a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
He also like,
Austin
yeah,
Powers.
like to your point, like he doesn't age. He looks the same age as his daughter.
Yeah.
They look
He's
the
looked the
same
same age for like the last 30 years.
He's 61.
Jesus.
Cool.
Nope. He'll always
Ain't
be 35.
The vampire. Austin Powers is a good call, though.
Thank you.
Who?
Austin Powers.
Oh.
Live sex appeal.
If
Yeah,
she would have
true.
said who again, I was going to get upset.
You would be like John Riggins.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, he just thought you meant like who's Austin Powers?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I know who
Stop
that
making
is.
those. Those are making
I
like,
didn't
all
like the
money.
last one. So Goldmember, they did leave it on a cliffhanger with Austin Powers' son becoming evil.
Right.
Like that. It's a little bit of a cliffhanger. Like we're going to come out with another one of these.
It's been a while. Where's Mike Myers? Where'd he go?
He hadn't done anything in a
He's doing
while.
Shrek.
Yeah, that's true. They keep coming out with Shreks.
I remember seeing clips of he came out recently and did the he was Elon on
Oof,
Saturday
talk about
Night Live.
aging.
Who?
Mike Myers.
Oh.
That's why he's doing animated movies.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Don't need to fix up for that.
It's true.
But it was him on Saturday Night Live was the first time I'd seen him like on a camera in a long time.
I'm trying to see. The last movie it looks like he was in was 2022. Amsterdam. I think it's a Wes Anderson.
Oh my God, y'all!
No, it's not. It's David O. Russell.
I get that clip fed to me every now and then, like once every couple months, of Mike Myers and Kanye West doing it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
telethon
Yeah,
after
yeah.
9/11.
He's like George Bush.
Yeah,
like
doesn't
when
like- yeah.
when
Yeah.
Kanye said that.
Mike Myers'
and his
face like
face.
drunk.
It's like, oh my God, what do I do?
Little did we know that's one of the more tamer things Kanye would
I
say
know.
over the years.
Little did we know.
Little did we know he'd probably love George Bush now.
Mike Myers, just a great Canadian.
Hey.
Hey,
Are there any not great? Aren't they all like notoriously nice?
That's what they say.
that's what they say. Not nicer than people from
I
Wisconsin.
don't know.
though.
I mean,
I'm not a huge fan of Trudeau.
he's not nice. I just don't vibe with Seth Rogen.
Oh, is he Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No
All
idea.
right.
We should do a tier list of Canadians.
Wayne Gretzky, number one.
Shania Twain.
Brian Adams.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, we're not. We're anti
Oh
Ryan.
yeah. No,
Oh,
Ryan
are we?
Reynolds is Canadian.
Deadpool's pretty funny.
No, but remember
I
we.
know.
He is evil.
Keanu Reeves.
He's Canadian.
Well, someone.
He's a
Big
he's an
win for
ex-con.
Canada.
Yeah.
It's a big win for Canada.
Celine Dion.
Justin.
Reynolds might be the one though, just like
Justin
negative in the
Bieber?
public eye right now.
Oh yeah, Beeves is Canadian.
Yeah.
There's
Mm,
some good Canadians out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Tier list idea. Best Canadian.
Best Canadian.
We'll do it. All right, so we haven't talked Saints today, and I know that there's a member of the group that wants us to talk Saints probably pretty badly here, so let's go ahead and do it now. Ranking the NFL receiver, tight end, and running back groups for 2025, according to ESPN.com. And it gives you the ranking for this upcoming season. It gives you what it was in 2024 and also what it was in 2023. So going from 32 down to we get to the New Orleans Saints. At 32, the Tennessee Titans. At 31, the Carolina Panthers. At 30, the Patriots. At 29, the Browns. I started to do this list. I'm like, okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. At 28, the Buffalo Bills. God bless Josh Allen. At 27, the New York Jets. At 26, the New York Giants.
Let's go.
I don't know about the Giants, by the way. Like, that seems crazy. The fact that they've got Malik Neighbors, they've got Tyrone Tracy Jr., they've got Theo Johnson, who actually is a good player. I just don't want him in the car. They got Wendell Robinson. They've got some, enough. They got Cam Scatterby, who they drafted this year, but they're at 26. At 25, the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams.
Interesting.
So DJ Moore, Rome Odunze.
That's a little
They did draft Luther Burden, but he's not been there yet because of his contract. DeAndre Swift playing running back. They drafted Colson Loveland, 10 overall.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
In 2024, the Bears came in at 6. In 2023, they were 17. And so they go all the way down to 25. I don't know either because you got Colson Loveland, tight end from Michigan. You drafted top 10. You've got DeAndre Swift. You drafted Kyle Monungai out of Rutgers. Really good player, tough runner. You drafted Luther Burden. Again, contract situation, but he'll be there. You have Rome Odunze. You have DJ Moore.
DJ Moore's a dude. Yeah, just the combination of Rome and DJ and Swift, that kind of puts you above 25, I believe, if you're asking my opinion.
And then we get to the New Orleans Saints at 24. So,
Let's go.
I mean, look, all jokes aside, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. You're ahead of some teams that have some pretty decent weapons. So it talks about your receiver room. You have Chris Olave. You have Rashid Shaheed. You add Brandon Cooks. You have AK in the backfield. And then you have a Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You have a Cam Akers. You go draft a Devin Neal from Kansas. So your running back room looks a lot better this year than it did a year ago. My only concern with everything they're saying here, Chris Olave, concussion history. Rashid Shaheed, muscle tears, muscle pulls, muscle whatever, because, man, he's so explosive. That happens with a player like that. Brandon Cooks, he's a well-traveled vet. He's been in the game a long time. I mean, 2014, I think, was his rookie year?
Yeah.
Because I think the year I was in camp with the Saints was his rookie year.
He's 31, 32 now?
I mean,
Somewhere
yeah,
in there?
and he's got a lot of miles on that bod. I mean, he's been through some injuries. He's played a long time. He's been involved in the game plan his entire career when he has been in there. But, like, to start out a season, to start out a game, I get it. You do have 3 good options at receiver. Now, tight end, you signed Juwan Johnson to a big deal. You have Boston Morrow coming back. Like, Taysom Hill's going to miss the time because he got injured at the latter portion of last year. So the weapons aren't bad. The running back room looks much better to me in the totality of the group. But, man, you are one injury away from having, as we said last year, Uber drivers out there at ZNX.
Yeah, I'm listening to you name off that list. And, I mean, you listed off some pretty good teams. Like the Bills being at 29 or 30 or something like that is shocking to me.
Well, you look at the receiver room, though, it's like, what did Keon Coleman really do last year?
Right.
I mean, their best guy was Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I mean, that was their most consistent
You've got
guy.
Dalton Kincaid.
They got 2 good. They got Kincaid
I
and
believe they
Knox.
signed Joshua Palmer from the Chargers. You got 3.
I'm blanking on his name, though, but the running
Dawson,
back, great player.
I thought you meant Dawson Knox.
James Cook. James Cook's great.
No, Kincaid and Knox are a really good tight end duel.
You got
there.
Ray Davis, too, at running back from Kentucky that played well last year as a rookie.
Well, one of the top teams in the NFL, you're just kind of shocked if you hear any of their position groups or groups to be that low, but good for the Saints fans. We are ahead. And of course, these rankings mean absolutely squat for this year. But it's a reflection on the talent you have and what you've kind of done in the past. 24th. Guess the 2 words I would describe that as not bad. Not bad.
And so here's what I mean. So Chris Olave's backup is Bub Means. All right. Bub Means was a 5th-round selection, good college player. Don't know what he's going to be as a pro. Didn't see a lot last year. Brandon Cook's backup is Kevin Austin Jr. Who is that? Good question. Rashid Shaheed's backup, all right, is Cedric Wilson Jr. Cedric Wilson was a good NFL player, steady NFL player. It's been some years since he's been at his peak in the NFL. Other names, you got, Dante Pettis, who was out of football before he came back, and he had flashes last year, but he was out of football for a while before the Saints signed him. You got Mason Tipton, who I had to hear about all training camp long because he's going to be a breakout star. No, he's just the guy in training camp that every team has every single year, takes over training camp, gets a roster spot, and you don't really hear from him again. I hope we do. I hope I can raise my hand and be like, I was wrong about Mason Tipton. I don't think I will be. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Been a long time since we've really heard anything of note from him. So that's my point is I like Olave, Cooks, and Shaheed. That's great. But it's Means and Austin Jr. and Wilson Jr. and Tipton and Pettis that you don't love with the injury history that the first three receivers that we've talked about, because all three of those guys have had major injuries in their career. Behind AK, it does look better. It's Kendre Miller, if he can get his head on straight and, be fully involved. Devin Neal, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Cam Akers. I even like Marcus Yarns. That's somebody that is an undrafted free agent, but he had a hell of a Senior Bowl coming from Delaware. I think he's a good player.
Let me ask you this. Just take just from an athlete, a former football player's mindset and standpoint. You talk about the injuries, which were such a big deal last year, and specifically with this receiving group. We have the talent with the top guys, and just like you said, but if we're one injury away from, really trying to grab for straws on that. But you go in a season where head coaching change, you're not doing good. There's not success. When you get hurt in a situation like that, what incentive, mentally, whether it's subconscious or consciously, how hard are you really pushing to get back from an injury and get yourself well to get on the field in a terrible situation? Yeah. There's going to be a wholesale change on the whole staff. Yeah. You're not good. What are you going out there and risking more injury and more turmoil to your future contracts? I would say there was probably not a lot. So, and you see the veterans out there sometimes get hurt, and they're like, man, why would I fight to get back on the field when we're not going to make the playoffs or this or that? Yeah, I know fair. They're paying you a lot of money, and you're under contract to go do a job, but still, most football players play hurt the entire season. At some point, you're never the first day of training camp is the only day where you're not going to be in pain of some sort. Now, playing hurt and playing injured is a completely different thing. But nobody's ever completely healthy. But if there's no incentive, like last year, it was an awful situation. It was an awful to be a Saints fan, to watch them. And I'm sure it wasn't much better inside that locker room. So when you are injured, how much emphasis did they either subconsciously or consciously put into actually getting back on the field? I'm not saying they didn't. I'm just saying, raising the question here. We have struggled with injuries. But if you're in a better situation, if you like the coach you're playing for, the offense, you think you can succeed, you're going to push yourself a little bit harder to get back on the field.
It's a good point. And, sometimes the organization's like, hey, we've won 5 games. We're in week 16. I'd love for you to be back. I know you want to be back, but let's don't come back.
Yeah, just chill.
Chris Olave, you've had concussions, and, do we want to risk another concussion in week 17 of a season that's already lost? Those are conversations we don't know, but we do know they've had injuries, and it has been a part of their history in their career. And when you're counting on them to stay healthy, that is worrisome. You like the initial weapons, but you don't like what happens if those weapons go down. Real quick, we'll give you the top 5 here. Coming in at number 5 is the LA Rams. Coming in at number 4, it is the San Francisco 49ers. At number 3, it is the Cincinnati Bengals. At number 2, it is the Detroit Lions. And at number 1, anybody want to take a guess?
Ooh. Eagles.
Yeah, it's got to be red.
Philadelphia Eagles, number 1. In 2024, they were number 2. In 2023, they were number 3. Saquon Barkley, guy's pretty good. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Guys are all pretty decent.
Dallas Goedert players.
Pretty good at tight end.
Yeah, they're pretty stacked. I hate to say it. It's not that exciting when they're good.
The Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles. But gosh, they are good. I would expect them to make another run this year.
Yep. Yeah. And they got look, they do have, new coaches. You lose your OC, your quarterback coach, but look, they've been there, done that. Shane Steichen, he was there, they were great. He leaves, they're still good. So they've created something pretty special there. Got a great culture, great.
I don't know what
chemistry.
it is about them. It was just boring when they were making the run. Them being in the Super Bowl was just kind of boring to me. I don't know why.
It's
Just
like-
because they were dominant all year
Well, it's
long.
just
Like they weren't dominant.
they're like a team that's going to bring their lunch pail to work, and they're just going to find a way, and it's going to be my favorite saying.
They didn't
too
really
gritty to
have
be
anybody
pretty.
that was like entertaining off the field. Really, I don't
Oh
know.
no,
It just wasn't. Like,
I mean, I agree. Like Hurts and
Jalen Hurts
Saquon are pretty.
isn't
Hurts
going.
is super boring, not in a bad way. Great,
great way.
That's exactly if I was at his level at some point, that's how I would
Like
have
we
been.
need more
well.
drama from AJ Brown.
We need more
receivers
drama.
always have drama.
Guys,
football-
y'all are asking for more drama. They actually did it the right way.
No, yeah, but
Yeah, but the right way is boring.
That's fine, but
It's
it was the
reality
right way.
TV. It's like Love Island.
Saquon's great.
We
Like he
want
could be
drama.
he could be a turd because he's the best running back on the planet, but he's not.
That
He's just like, I'm just
division,
gonna
though?
jump over somebody backwards and keep on rolling and just
Yeah.
not be a big deal.
Yeah.
think 5 years ago that division, how bad it was.
I know, right?
Look at it now.
Mm-hmm.
The Commanders made the NFC Championship. Philly's dominant. The Giants had just got a brand new quarterback that they spent a first round pick on. And then there's that other team.
The Cowboys
That,
suck.
that I mean, you know, if you're a fan of that team, good luck to you this year.
Mm-hmm.
I
Watch
mean,
the Cowboys win it.
no, there's no shot. There's
Matt.
the Cowboys.
Matt, they could remember when I said
Let me
4
say,
years
watch the
ago how
Chargers.
bad the
Fun.
division was?
It would be fun.
They didn't win it that year.
Nobody wants the Cowboys to do well except Taylor.
It would be fun because we could talk about it.
No,
We wear
it'd be
cowboy
fun to
hats
talk
in
about
the
the
studio,
Chargers winning
and
it. We could
By
wear
the way-
we could wear Dockers in here.
Chargers
Wear
should be
khakis.
higher on this list that
People
you just listed
care
off.
less about the Chargers than they do the Cowboys.
Well, yeah, the Cowboys are the most cared about team in the NFL.
I know.
So that
says something.
That's
They're
an
doing
obvi-
something right.
That's an obvious statement.
They're doing something right.
Where are the Chargers on this list?
They're
Tay-Tay?
24.
Probably 16.
No, they're 24.
They're 16 at everything.
They need to be higher. Because if you're projecting, like where
22.
they're 22.
Yeah,
I mean, if
last
you're
year, you know where they
projecting-
came in last year though? 32.
I get it. Now they way outperformed that.
They did.
You got
did.
better at running back with 2 players, not just one.
True.
And like, look at your 3 receivers. McConkey was a stud. Trey Harris was great at Ole Miss.
Mike Williams comes back.
Mike Williams comes back. Quentin Johnston's still there. He was actually better than people thought. And then Harris and Amari and Hampton. I mean,
And,
that's really good.
Conklin, I believe they got from the Jets at tight end position. So look, we'll see. I think
good
they're
player.
I think they're hating on Ladarius. Ladarius McConkey will
Oh, dude.
continue to.
Nobody
Hey.
wants Ladd to pop off more than me.
Us too.
I know.
Us too. We're holding on to a lot
Holding on
of
some
Ladarius
Laddies.
cards.
I want him
Buddy.
to because I like when he brings the boom.
Yeah, he does.
He does that.
Does
yeah,
he?
and I'd
That's
like
a little
to come and
celebration.
Bro,
continue to make
those
fun
guys-
of Moscona for saying he wouldn't be good in the NFL.
It's a little fall off from the bring the boom guys, huh?
No,
Yeah,
I
look-
still see the
do
Rizzler.
you?
Like
Yeah.
they had their run though. Yeah,
No, I see
anything
the
like that's
Rizzler,
like
the
a
father-son,
strong
though.
15 minutes of fame, and now they'll go to
That
like
was
car
really
shows
strong.
across the country,
Yeah.
and they'll bring the boom, and they'll make thousands of dollars bringing the boom,
Yeah.
and they'll do that forever.
We bring the boom.
Yeah, forever.
We
They'll
bring
be
the
able to say
boom
that.
to
The
you.
guy's going to be a 38-year-old grown man, probably have a little bit of a belly. It's going to be okay. It's going to be a good, solid belly. And he's just going to walk into these trade shows, and he's going to bring the boom, and they're
Yeah.
going to give him a check for a couple $1,000
I saw a picture of the Rizzler the
Forever.
other day.
forever.
Isn't he
Rizzler's
part of that
great.
though?
Yes, so he's not the bring the boom. He's the
No,
one that
he's
does
not.
the-
But he's like part of the
I
group.
think he's their, like their cousin or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. More OTB. Look at that, Tay Tay. A full Saints segment just
Lad
for you.
I'd love
McConkey
to
going
see that.
over.
Yes.
For you.
It's a
Lad McConkey's
professional
going over
radio show.
1,250 yards this year. What do you think?
Over.
Over.
I don't know.
2,000, 2,500?
They did draft Trey Harris.
Nah, he's got this. Lottie.
Do you know how many yards Ladarius had last year?
I'm going to guess 1,007.
1,149.
Oh, all right, over under.
Tied for 10th in the NFL. Take that, Scone. OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
All right, go Tommies. They're not 24th. They're not 25th. They're not 26th. They're number 1.
Number one? Like
Number
the Eagles?
one. Number 1 in your program and your hearts. GoTommies.com is the website. GEAUX Tommies with a Y.com. And when you go to the website, it's right there. You'll clearly see the difference. You'll see what sets them apart from everyone else. Windows, doors, and siding. They just won Best of Baton Rouge in the Advocate in 2025. They just add to the trophy cabinet year
Is that their
after
first
year.
one?
It is not their first one, and it's not going to be their last one, Matthew. They continue to stack awards. They are going to help you out go to GoTommies.com.
Yeah, go to GoTommies.com, see what they can do. A team that works with professionalism and care to detail, integrity, dependable, professional. Most importantly, when you're having work done on your house and your house is torn apart, they work efficiently. So go see how they can help you. Windows, ask about the lifetime warranty on them. GoTommies.com. GoTommies.com.
Seven champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, let's test Delondra. It is now time for Tay Tay's NFL story of the day. Oh, look at that.
It's time for Tay Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Awful news out of the NFL, guys.
Uh-oh.
Quarterback season 2 came out yesterday. Everyone's enjoying it. Burrow's entertaining. Jared Goff's entertaining. Cousins is on there talking about, hey, I was kind of blindsided with the draft pick of Michael Penix. Yeah, no kidding. We kind of figured
He said that?
But that's not the big news. Joe Burrow, if you guys remember in December, it was reported that he had finalized a purchase on a fully functioning replica Batmobile.
Yep.
He had to cancel that purchase. He was worried. Well, he was worried. He said he didn't end up getting the Batmobile because he had other things he wanted to deal with at that point. Right when the sale was set to finalize, his house was broken into in December in Cincinnati. Remember, they were on the road in Dallas to play the Cowboys. Like, it happened to him. It happened to Mahomes. It happened to Kelsey.
Right.
There was a strand of them. And Joe Burrow, maybe sometime in the future, but will not be cruising up to games in the Batmobile. Just devastating news out of Cincinnati. I am worried for the psyche of that locker room now that Joe Burrow cannot have the replica Batmobile. But he said, we'll see if I end up getting it, or maybe I'll just move to a different spot. He said it wasn't very fun to deal with, so we're going to put that on the back burner. And for what it's worth, he purchased that Batmobile $7.5 million. So
he
you got to
saved
keep that.
7.5.
Yeah, he saved a good bit of money.
So on the road, you learned that your privacy was tarnished, your house was broken into, possessions stolen, people just broke into your safe place. So,
And there's some personal life stuff that
yeah.
got exposed a little bit there.
Do you know what? Cancel the
With
Batmobile.
who was in his home.
Oh, yeah, the girl that was staying there. Yeah.
He had been with his girlfriend for a long time, and then all that started to kind of dust up. I mean, Alondra was all over that, if you remember.
What?
When Joe's home got broken into, it wasn't the home invasion. It was there was an Olivia that was at the house, but not the Olivia that he had been dating for a very, very long time. And that's how the world kind of knew that they had broken up.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I got to tell you, though.
Like, you wake up to news that your ex-boyfriend is dating somebody with the same name as you.
Yeah.
I'd be
Fun
like,
fact, my wife named Victoria, girl I dated right before her, also Victoria.
dang.
That's actually weird because that's not a common name. I don't feel like. Not anymore.
See, I know a lot of Victorias.
You got a Victoria thing. I don't know.
I know a lot of them. I think Burrow made a mistake here, though, canceling the purchase. Not because the Batmobile is awesome, which it is. I'm not breaking into someone's house that has a Batmobile sitting on the outside, because who the hell's inside?
Joe Burrow.
Bruce Wayne.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if it's actually Batman?
I did see the clip of him talking about
choice.
how interesting he found fossils and bones and different things.
Who
and
doesn't
talking
find
about,
fossils
Well,
fascinating?
that's what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, why would we not be talking about
Yeah,
fossils?
it's
Like,
Who
what do you
didn't
mean?
want to be a paleontologist when they were in
He's
third
like,
grade?
this thing's like millions of years old, and can you imagine the things that it's been through and seen? That was his.
I mean, the bones probably hadn't seen a lot, but
Yeah.
they were part of a dinosaur, which was awesome.
Yeah. He talked about going to the National History Museum.
Museum
Is that
of
what he
Natural
talked about?
History?
Right. Yeah. And
I did
he
that.
got like the VIP tour.
Did
You got
he?
to see
Hell
the
yeah.
stuff that's
Well,
not
yeah.
out there in
So-
the public.
Shout out Joe Burrow.
Did it,
Put
did
on
it
a
actually
T-Rex
come to
head.
life at night? Was that like
Oh,
a
I
thing?
didn't ask him last time I saw him. He didn't mention it in the doc.
Have y'all been to the
Last time you saw him, did you like show him a picture of me and you're like, this girl, she's single and she really likes you?
Ready to Mingle?
She's single
Yeah.
and ready to mingle.
Yeah. Did you?
Well, the last
That's
time
not
I
Foxhole
saw
if you did.
last time I saw Joe, he was still with Olivia.
Olivia won.
Right.
Yeah.
So that didn't come up in conversation.
Damn.
But next time I see him, I'm like, so Joe, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Listen, I got this producer. She is very available, very single.
Extremely.
She is not obsessed with you, I promise. It's going to sound a little weird, but I think y'all should hang out.
Yeah.
She's not obsessed with you. By the way, she says your new living room furniture looks great from the house across the street.
She does this new segment called Dear Delondra.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's
It's
true.
an incredible
That's
segment.
incredible, man. You should listen to it. You should tune in, and that's how we get him hooked.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do this because we never do. Let's actually take a break, this final break on time, and we'll get to your questions asked the bench inside the Bayou 4 chat to wrap up this Wednesday morning OTB.
Off the bench.
Pretty proud of myself there going to break
That
on
was
time.
nice. I do want to bring up the Texas Tech coach as well.
Joe McGuire,
Yeah,
that's his name.
I know.
You knew that.
I wrote it down right here.
Go to centralplumbing.org. Not only in Central and the entire greater Baton Rouge area, they can help you out 24/7, 365, weekend, holiday, game day, 225-925-8552 is the number. If you've got an emergency, they are there. They're going to help. Does not matter what time of day. But it's not the only thing they can do. If you're looking to remodel at your home, at your business, big, small, everywhere in between, they can help you out. They can do that job. centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, whenever, whatever the emergency is, they can come help you. Doesn't matter, middle of the night, holiday, whatever's happening, 24/7 emergency service when you call them, whether it's a big problem, it's a small problem, whatever it is, any of your plumbing needs, water, gas, they can help you today. Centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. My little brother just let me know, when you get off air, like 3 minutes later, the Saints are going to unveil their new helmet. That's usually the way it works. We don't get many
News breaks after us.
news breaks during the morning show. We don't get live games during the morning show unless it's like a World Cup or something like that, or maybe like a baseball regional that has to get played early because of weather. It's okay, though. We'll react to it tomorrow. Ask the bench. Jacob, what was your favorite play again? Jack Wright, Scat Right, and what's Flynn's favorite play sound like in the huddle? My favorite play was Jack Wright, Scat Right, 99 stop, F cross M. Jack Right is the formation. It means the tight end and the fullback were both to the right side. I was offset in the I formation and just kind of like an offset I. And Scat Right would be your protection. 99 stop, F cross M are your routes. And so I was the F, and so I had a cross route, which is a Texas route, a Waco route. A lot of people call it different, an angle route. The ball usually found me because everybody was worried about Gates during that play. They would all clear out with him, turn their back to the offense, and I'd go kind of right underneath it. I caught like 30 of those, I think, in my career. Loved it. I knew if I heard Jack Wright, Scat Right, I'm like, oh, baby. Finish it off, P. Rivers. Let me hear it.
Oh man, there's so many to choose. I never was in a, like, you hear the wordy play calls, like what Peyton will give you like 40 words or whatever. Man, I was simple, man. I liked simple play.
Peyton short, like, it was a lot. It was short when I was with him. It was so code wordy and so like this one code word means a lot of things. You just got to memorize it.
Right. I mean, just
like, he'd go over to Tar Heel. Brady, Omaha, said it. Like, you're thinking, oh God, Tar Heel. Shoot.
Man, I was just, how about this one? Just trips right, two jet, I'll go special hinge. I'll go special Puma, trips right. Two jet, pivot wide middle was a good change up to I'll go special.
So two
hinge.
jets your protection?
Two jet, three jet. You could do two rocket.
Is jet like
three
your
rocket.
sub protection? Like
A jet
like
is a
key,
classic
like
like West
protection?
Coast 6-man protection.
Right.
So you call a Mike and the lineman slid four down to the wheel, pretty much.
So what was your sub protection when the line they had four down to Mike and the running back had everybody else?
We didn't have that. Everybody else left to right?
Yeah.
We didn't have left to right.
Y'all didn't have a cross scan?
I mean, you would have
What?
basically like two jet, you would have to, like, they could cross scan to four. They didn't have either Will or Mike. They would scan to four, and when I say four, I mean a DB, one of the four DBs.
Oh, Yeah, we definitely we'd have doubles right, and it'd be key right, key left, whatever. That's the side you started, but the line would have 4 down and the Mike linebacker, and I would have the nickel Sam, the corner, the free safety, the strong safety, the backside wheel, and the backside corner.
Yeah, that's old school.
Whew.
That's old school.
You talk about having to really go.
I think every offense has that in its base install, but we never really ran it. So we would go 4 down to Will. So we declare Mike. So we put Mike to Sam. So you never wanted him scanning.
Yeah.
You never wanted him scanning to a backer. You could scan to a corner or a safety blitz, and we called that number 4. So you got your protection. So you're Mike to Sam, but you got to scan backside for 4 if there's a corner blitz that comes. But the quarterback should also kind of alert you. He's going to point. If he thinks something's coming, he's going to remind you. It was never, I'm looking left to right for a Mike or a Sam.
Yeah.
No,
By the start of
running
football
backs had
season,
it easy.
I'm going to know exactly what y'all are talking
Yeah,
about.
I'll do after the show. It'll take me literally 2 minutes.
I mean, it's old school. It's like 24 protection.
Jimbo made us do it too in college.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, wait, Jimbo, we got what? So Patrick Byers, shout out to Christopher Von Tilly, best slot receiver I've ever seen in high school. That's my brother-in-law who was a stud at Gulf Shore. Shout out to him. Speaking of my in-laws, happy birthday to my mother-in-law, Nancy Jane. Shout out. Happy birthday to my older brother, Joseph Adam. Happy birthday to everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my little girl,
July 9th.
Hemi, yesterday.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Birthdays all around.
Let's
We'll
go.
see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Off the bench.
We are so excited. Alondra mentioned talking football. Gulf Coast Office Products is giving us an interactive whiteboard.
Oh,
I cannot wait. You've heard us talk about these things are magic, like literal magic. So many different things you can do. You're giving a presentation at the office. If you're trying to draw up some football plays, because we're going to do that during the fall. We are going to break it down, and it's thanks to Gulf Coast Office Products. That's going to be because of them, because they are giving us this interactive whiteboard. So many different things they can help you out with. You see it right there. Louisiana's leading copy and printer source.
yeah. You talk about a personal touch. You call, you will never get a recording. You're going to get
Not
an
once.
actual human being that is
No
answering
robots.
the phone. The owner, Trey, he's an amazing. You talk about attention to detail. It's a big company. They are Louisiana's leading supplier of printers and office supplies. But guess what? You still get that small company feel, that small company touch. GCOPnet.com.